Well, good morning. Today is Monday, August 7th. It's time for our weekly meeting highlights. You really can't tell, but it's raining off and on, so that's why we're in the house. But you can hear my birds. I was going to say they stopped as soon as I said that. But we always start off with how we did for the week before. Jim didn't want to get on camera because he was a little bit embarrassed that Jim gained 2.2 pounds. But I told him he still lost almost 3 pounds still, so that kind of gave him a little bit of encouragement. So he was feeling a little bad. But even after he got weighed, he stayed on track yesterday. He didn't go crazy. And on the Sunday, watching the ball game, he could have gone crazy. So I'm really proud of him. He said he's going to do a lot better this week. As far as myself, I had a little bit of a struggle this week. If you watched my daily vlogs, you saw that my basement flooded. I had to get a new refrigerator. I had a lot of stress last week, but I did not turn to food. And that being said, I had a small loss, but a loss nonetheless of 0.4. So I'm really proud of myself. I mean, it's not really a great loss, but I told you I'm not worrying about the numbers anymore. As long as there's a loss in my loss column, that's all I'm going to be concerned about. So I'm very happy with the 0.4. Inching towards my next set of digits, so hopefully next week or at least the week after that I'll be able to tell you how much my total weight loss is, because I told you I'm only going to tell you as I'm going into the next set of numbers, because I'm just putting less stress on myself. I'm just living my life, enjoying my life, and I'd like to point out that Saturday night I did go out to dinner with Bertie and Jim. And I chose mindfully. I mean, I had fish and chips, which I guess I can't say I chose mindfully. But I did peel off some, not all, but some of the breading and ate just the fish. And I didn't eat all the fries. So I give myself some props for that. I really do. And I still had a 0.4 loss. So it shows that you can still do it. Not in excess, not every week, not every day. But I think I did fairly well. I really do. So anyway, this week's topics is actually of the month. I think the month is about how to eat more mindful. No, wait a minute. This is the end of them. Oh my gosh, this is just the beginning of the month, Sandy. Don't rush the season. Jeez. Stop doing that. Anyway, the topic today is 5 cues to help you eat more mindfully. Have you ever eaten something just because it was there? It's normal. Next time, though, stop and ask yourself the 5 S's first. Let us explain. The 5 S's. 1, 2, 3. I only see 4. We'll see what they say when I read farther. I haven't read the article yet, so I don't know. They said to try this. Do you only want this food because you can see it or smell it? The situation you're in, of how it sounds, or you think it's a special occasion, or you just think it's special. If you answered yes to any of these questions, take a minute to think about what's actually driving you to reach for food. Then if it doesn't fit into your points budget, and it isn't something you'll truly enjoy, which means not worth adjusting your plans for it, try these ideas for what to do instead. I think that it was a spur of the moment thing for when Bertie came over, because I had eaten pancakes. I think I had pancakes. Yeah, I had pancakes and some bacon for breakfast with a cup of tea. And my plan for dinner was just to have an egg salad sandwich with some vegetables, maybe a side salad or something. But Bertie dropped by and she said, why don't we go out to eat? So that's what we did. We went out to eat. And it was a spur of the moment, but if I would have known in advance, I would have probably not had the pancakes for breakfast. I probably would have had a lighter breakfast. But as it was, I still had a loss. So it was a win-win as far as I'm concerned. But if you answered yes to these questions, take a minute to actually think what drove you to reach that food. If the food is right there, it's science. Seeing it or smelling a certain food can make you want it more. How many times, like when I'm grocery shopping, I walk past the bakery at Kroger's and I smell the donuts. Not even just the donuts, because they make cakes and pies and all that stuff and bread. I smell it, and that's what they do. I mean, there's a reason for it. I think that they have it on a smell-o-vision or something that just kind of permeates around the whole store, just so it kind of draws you in. And because think about it, when you go by the fish counter, you don't smell the fish. At least I don't. I don't smell the fish. But anyway, but the smells from the bakery, the minute I walk in the door, that's something I can smell right from the get-go. I really can smell it right away. So try to do this. Walk away or focus on something else. Putting actual physical space, or at least mental space, between you and your food can lessen the cravings. I got to answer this. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So anyway, I do try to, like before I get out of my car, realize that as soon as I walk in the store, I am going to smell the donuts. I am going to smell the bakery. And just concentrate on putting my blinders on. And not that I'm never going to eat a donut in my life. But, sorry about that. I got a little bit of, when it's damp like this, my sinuses really run. But I not that I'm ever going to have a donut or wow, that's a mouthful, fresh baked bread in my life. I don't have to have it every time I go in the store. So I have to remember that. And so I just have to make a mental note. You know, when you get in, you're going to smell the bakery. Pay no mind to it. Just get what you need to get. Stick to your plan. The next thing they tell you is that the food is part of the experience. Like popcorn at the movies, the pull can be automatic. You get used to things just going together. The next thing you want to do is pause and ask yourself, would I really want to eat this if I was at home doing nothing? I do love my popcorn at the show. I really do. But lately when I have gone to the show, I haven't been getting the popcorn. So I really pride myself on that. But food is part of my experience every week with my family dinners. And I do tend to go crazy at family dinners. I know that. But I'm going to really pause next time and just ask myself, would I really want to be eating this if it was just Jim and I having this meal? Would I really eat all of this food? And I think the answer to that will probably be no. And if the food feels special, it's normal to want to treat yourself. He said, treat yourself. Think limited edition flavors, childhood faves, or other foods deemed important. Next, you want to do is shake off the metaphorical gift wrapping. Do you actually want it, or is it just a memory or the feeling of the treat? I just like to eat it, but a lot of times I can understand what they're saying. It's the memory of it. It's like I can remember on birthdays my mother always making our special dinners and having our special cake and having the ice cream that we want, all of that stuff. There's a difference between treating and cheating, and I think that for the last year I've been cheating, not treating. And so now like I said, when I went out to eat on Saturday, it's been a while since Jim and I went out to eat, and I know 2 weeks doesn't seem like a while, but for me that's a while. But it was a treat. It really was a treat, and I really enjoyed myself. I really stayed within my points somewhat, and because I had weeklies left, so I felt no guilt. I felt no guilt at all, none at all. But if the food sounds good, it sends the signal, eat this, it's so delicious. For example, menu descriptions with words like buttery, creamy, decadent. Read the item again, skipping all the adjectives, and decide how the plain old dish sounds to you. Chocolate cake. Chocolate cake sounds good to me. You don't have to say decadent chocolate cake. Chocolate cake sounds good to me. But I have to reframe my mind to think, okay, it's chocolate cake. Yeah, it's chocolate cake. Is it all that special? Yeah, 9 times out of 10, yeah, it's going to be. And my mind is going to say, yeah, that really is special. But I need to remind myself that you don't need to eat something special every time you go out to eat, or every time you think you want something sweet. If you really wanted something really sweet, you could have a piece of fruit. You could have some berries. You could have some watermelon. You could have, there's so many things you can have. You can throw an orange in your water to kind of sparkle up your water a little bit. Put a little bit of lemon juice in your water, something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be decadent, creamy, buttery, sweet treat. But to be clear, it's 100% okay to decide, even on the fly, to eat cake, because you're at a birthday party or you order a dish that sounds like it's the best thing ever. The goal is to make that or any choice intentional and one you'll enjoy and be satisfied with. Because the alternative, letting outside factors determine your choices, can leave you feeling disturbed and dissatisfied and also disappointed. There's many a time I've had something like when I've gone by the donut place and picked up a donut, and then I eat it in the car on the way home, and then when I'm done, I'm thinking, why did you do that? It wasn't like I had planned on going in there Once a month, I can plan on going in on my grocery shopping and say, today's the day I'm going to get a donut. And know that that's the one day in the month that when I go into Kroger's, I'm going to get a donut and treat myself on the way home, driving home, to eat that donut. Because then I think I'll enjoy it all the more, and I won't have any guilt associated with it. And I can fit it into my points for the day, and it's not a spur-of-the-moment decision. It's one I thought out carefully and mindfully. But no matter what you end up doing or eating, just the act of stopping to notice why you might even be reaching for a certain food is a win. And even small wins can fuel this journey. It would have been so easy because I do let stress cause me to eat. So I think I'm a stress eater. But last week with all the stress that was going on, my basement, still got to go down there to see what I have to throw away. We just had the restoration team come in and do their bit. Now Jim and I have to get down there after they take their machines away because we still have the air purifiers and fans going. They're supposed to take those away today. We got to get down there and do the dirty work and figure out what we can save and what we have to just toss, which is going to be probably good because today's trash day, so we can get it out and get it over with. But I just think that the fact that I did not turn to food and I lost 0.4 shows that I think I've got my mind back on the right track. I really do think I've got my mind back on the right track, and I'm going to do my best to keep it going that way. I really am. 3 fast facts. Worrying about the past or what might happen in the future often causes stress. I could worry about, oh, you know what, we went out to eat Saturday and I shouldn't have done that because I know like on the 21st I'm going out to eat, and I told myself I was only going to eat out once this month. Things happen in your life as long as you make allowances for it and don't let it become a pattern. Number 2, when feeling stressed, you're more likely to overeat. I know this to be so true. It's just so much easier. It gives you such pleasure for that hot minute when you're eating it, and then such guilt afterwards if you didn't plan it ahead of time. I don't want to go through my life doing that. And number 3, pausing to anchor your thoughts in the present moment can help you reduce your body's response to stress. Just take a minute, like, do I really want a donut when I go into the grocery store? Or do I really want to have an extra slice of cake? Or do I really want to have a bigger piece of cake at a party? Or when I'm going to a shower on Sunday, do I really want to munch on the little snacks that they have on the table? Or do I want to just wait and have a healthy dinner or brunch, whatever it is? I think we're having a brunch. Having a healthy brunch. And those are the right choices to make, to think mindfully of what you're going to do. So you have to ask yourself those questions yourself. Remind yourself, can you see it or smell it? Is it because of the situation you're in? Does it just really sound good? Or do you think it's just special and you need to have it? If you can answer mindfully to these and see that the reason you're eating it isn't just because you see it or smell it, it's because you know you want to eat it. It's not because you're in a situation that's causing you to choose poorly. It's not also how it sounds. Anything will sound good. Hey, let's go out for pizza and beer. That sounds good. It really, well, not to me, I don't like beer, but you know what I mean. But if it sounds good, think about it. It sounds good right now, but is it going to sound good after you're finished eating it? And is it really that special? Is it really a special occasion, or are you just making it a special occasion? Think about these things when you make your food choices this week. And I think that if we're a little bit more mindful, we can do a little bit better. I really do. So, 0.4 loss. How'd you guys do? Hopefully you did a little bit better than that. But you know what? A loss is a loss is a loss as far as I'm concerned, because that is my new mantra now, is a loss is a loss. I am not going to worry about getting to a certain number each week. If I can see a negative in each column, no matter how small, it's going to be good enough for me. If we say good enough, that's what I mean. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for today. I'm really kind of happy with the 0.4. I really am, because like I said, I ate out on Saturday, and sometimes that's just enough to throw me the next day. And I stayed on plan yesterday, completely on plan. So, but if you're new to my channel, if you're new to my channel, subscribe, leave a comment. Wait a minute, how did that go? I lost my train of thought there. And I wasn't thinking of food. I really wasn't. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If not, like, comment, share, all of the good stuff. I hope I see you here again next week, but if not, I hope I see you on my daily vlog, but I definitely want to see you here next week. So let me know how you did. And sorry about that. I should edit that out, but you know I won't. Let me know how you did. And forgive my frogginess in my throat. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully today, later on today, on my daily vlog. But if not, see you next week.